Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Saturday evening from Thompson Field in Lemoore, North Dakota. It's the final game of day number 2 of the 2025 North Dakota State Babe Ruth Baseball Tournament. It will be the Thompson Tommies and Centra McLean, the Cougars, coming up here tonight. Winner will have a date with Castleton tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the semis, while the loser will have a contest with Park River, an elimination game tomorrow that'll be at noon. We're back with more on our pregame show. We'll get to our starting lineups also from there. We'll hear from there, we'll get to our bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Agency. That and more is still to come here ahead of the opening pitch today in our second winner's bracket contest. It's Thompson and Central McLean on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we continue here on yourliveevent.com, taking a look at how both of these teams got here from yesterday, part of our bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance Company. Chris Moan Agency, get in touch with your agents in Grand Forks and Nelson County, servicing Grand Forks, Dakota, Thompson, and the surrounding communities with Chris Moan. For Central McLean, a 3-2 win over Botno. Beckett Magny was able to go 1 of 3 with 2 runs driven in for Central McLean. The Cougars advanced here to the winner's bracket, while on the opposite side for the Thompson Tommies, they were able to pick up a 6-1 win over Lemoore. It was scoreless through 3 innings, but eventually Thompson would plate a run in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, and 3 runs in the 6th, thanks in part to 4 runs driven in by Dex Ovdom yesterday, and also a couple of big base knocks for Mac Michelson as well here for the Thompson Tommies. That's a look at what happened between these two respective teams on their way here earlier today. Park River blanked Burlington by a final of 10-0 in 6 innings of play. Just up and down the lineup, a really good game, but Owen Brown went 3 1/3, gave up no hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts in the win for Park River in their 10-0 win over Burlington. Also, in an elimination game, Lemoore beat Botno by a final of 13-2, in which Lemoore scored 9 runs in the 3rd inning when they had 13 batters to the plate. 3 runs for Potts in the contest. He had 2 runs driven in by Oliver Lesko and 2 runs driven in by Theelgis, as well as Lemoore picked up the 13-2 win in 6 innings. Then just a little over a half hour ago, here in a game that has gone final, Castleton defeated Gwinner in 6 innings by a final of 10-0. Cole Boer went 4 2/3, gave up 3 hits, no runs, a walk, a hit by a pitch, and 2 strikeouts. Also, a really nice day at the plate for Jarris Stahl, who was able to have 2 runs scored. He had 2 hits and 2 runs driven in as well for Castleton. So that's a look at your bracket breakdown. Tomorrow, we'll start things off at noon with the loser of this game against Park River in elimination game number 1. Elimination game number 2 will follow at 2:30 with Gwinner and Lemoore. And then from there, it'll be a winner's bracket semifinal round contest with Castleton against the winner of this game, either Central McLean or Thompson. And that'll again be at 5 o'clock upcoming tomorrow late afternoon. That and more is still to come when we come back after this. We'll kind of recap one more time everything that's going to be going on tomorrow alongside on Monday and Tuesday. And then from there, get you set for the State A and the State B Legion tournaments that we'll have on your live event on Thursday and Friday, respectively, as well. That's all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening pitch today. That's our bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Agency.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: CNAs, LPNs, Weekend Warrior RN, and a Culinary Services Supervisor. All positions receive a sign-on bonus. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
As it's a meeting in the circle or at home plate here for our respective head coaches. For Central McLean here, you have Mr. Mulkey, the head coach, Griffin, and then on the opposite side for Thompson, you have Ryan Strandy as the head coach, with Ryan Obdam is his assistant coach. So if you're Ryan, good time to be a coach in Thompson, North Dakota from the Babe Ruth baseball perspective. But just a reminder, upcoming here are the Thompson faithful that are watching. Going to see their team make its way to the State B baseball tournament bracket. The game links, everything is online on yourliveevent.com. That begins Friday. That'll be in Park River. Also, from Central McLean point of view, Washburn not too terribly far away. They're going to be making their way as well, Greg, up over to Park River. So we're going to be getting things going here pretty quickly, not too far from next week, Thursday and Friday. But what's the one thing you look forward to, whether it's a fan or a broadcaster, once you get to, moments like this at a state tournament here, Greg?
Yeah, it's just, the teams, the players that kind of step up per se, and they make big plays, and that's just fun to watch. And, how these teams can come together and win a state championship or, get close to it. And yeah, it's just really fun to watch, and glad to be a part of it.
And our umpiring crew here in this one, calling balls and strikes, will be Clayton Greenike. You'll have Marshall Krieger and then Pat Adair as well as our umpiring crew here in this one. It's now time to get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. By the way, I like the umpire uniforms. We've seen a little bit of the blues. We've seen the blacks. We've seen the whites. And now we see the reds here. So they're showing off their flair here as well. As we will start with the visitors on the scoreboard, the Thompson Tommies. Thompson in their black tops, their gray bottoms across the way here for Thompson. Their green numerals and lettering as they will go through their starting 9 here, and also some of their respective bench players. But they'll go like this here for Thompson. Batting leadoff in center field, Mac Michelson. Michelson again will be batting leadoff here for Thompson. Then from there, Grady Hurst, the shortstop, will be batting second. Dax Ovdum, the catcher, will be batting third. The cleanup batter in second base, Jacob Olson. Jack Krogstad, the left fielder, he'll be batting fifth. Grady Loyland, the third baseman, batting sixth, followed by Eli Schumacher. Schumacher batting seventh at first base. Reed Thompson, the right fielder, batting eighth, with Caden Pennis, the designated hitter, batting ninth. And then from there, Jackson Clemenson will be on the mound here tonight for Thompson. So Michelson, Hurst, Ovdum, Olson, Krogstad, Loyland, Schumacher, Thompson, Pennis, and Clemenson here today for the Thompson Tommies. That's a look at their starting nine, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. As Thompson, if they can get to the semis, it'll be a District 4 versus a District 7 semifinal round matchup. While if Central McLean can make it, it would be a team from District 5. So we go from there now to Central McLean, as they will have their starting nine here for the Cougars, as they will go through there as well a couple of players who are on the bench, and then they will get into their starting lineup. But we will get to their starting lineup right now with the Cougars in their blue tops. They got the orange numerals, orange lettering, little white outline with the white pants and the stripe in blue down the side here in this one. As we get to our American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups here for Central McLean, they'll go like this. Dawson Smith going to be on the mound pitching here for the Cougars. He'll be batting leadoff. Jackson Blotter, will be the center fielder batting second. From there, you'll have Cooper Kittler. He'll be the first baseman batting third. Beckett Vagney will be batting cleanup for the catcher. Jaden Troina, the right fielder, will be batting fifth. From there, Jackson Wagner batting sixth in left field. Ethan Hansen batting seventh for the starting shortstop. Landon Zareski will be batting eighth, and he will be the third baseman. And then Chase Kinn, the second baseman, batting ninth. So one more time here for Central McLean and the Cougars. You'll have Smith in the leadoff spot, Loader with Kittler, Vagney, Troina with Wagner, Hansen, Zaresik, and then Kinn here today for Central McLean, the champs out of District 5. Coach Mulkey one more time for Central McLean. While on the opposite side here for the Thompson Tommies, you have Ryan Strandy. That is our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. When we come back after this, it'll be the opening pitch around the corner here from Lemoore.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ground North is is a coffee shop and boutique located in the Bank North Mall in Lemoore, North Dakota. You can find a complete outfit at Ground North from sizes to small up to 3XL, ranging from sweaters, a variety of tops, bottoms, activewear, loungewear, and more. Ground North is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information or to check out the latest styles, go online to groundnorthboutique.com. That's groundnorthboutique.com.
As we come back here on yourliveevent.com, as we get you ready for our opening pitch, brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. They've been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers, communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Chase Miller, Greg Grenz with you on a Saturday night. Thank you so much for tuning in on this particular Saturday. The little Legion baseball upcoming next week, but State Babe Ruth here this week as we get you ready for our opening pitch. Winning the coin toss is Cougars, so they will be the home team on the scoreboard. Thompson will be the visitors here in this one. And as we alluded to, Greg, with Castleton and Gwinner, you win this game, you're not necessarily in the driver's seat, but just one less round of baseball that you have to have coming back through that loser's bracket. And then if you can win this and can win Castleton, you'll really be in the driver's seat going to that championship game upcoming on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a big game here, of course, and got to take on the Black Stockings coming up tomorrow at 5 o'clock, whoever wins this one. And if you lose this one, then you got to come down and play again tomorrow. But yes, it's going to be interesting. It should be a good one here. Central McLean and Thompson.
As we get ready for this one, Michelson, Hurst, and Obdam here coming up to the plate as we get to our opening pitch. Opening pitch time, right on schedule at 6:30, brought to you in part by Bank North. As this one will be in there for a strike, it's 0-1. Rocking and delivering is going to be Smith. Smith sees this one hit high in the air. Michelson able to put that one to right, and the right fielder comes in. And Troina allowed out number one on the fly out, and there's one down. Troina in right field, Blotter in center, Wagner in left. Zarezic at third base, Hansen at short, Kin at second, Hitler at first base, Bagney behind the plate, and Smith again on the mound. Grady Hurst, the shortstop. This one will one hop. It's now going to be 1-0. Going back to their win last night for Thompson, even throughout 3.5, and then just kind of chipped away 1, 2, and 3 runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And that was our widest margin of victory yesterday through 5 games. It was a 5-run win. And today, that's been the opposite. We've had 3 10-run rule games, 10, 11, and 10 here today.
All in the 6th inning.
2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. That one will miss for a ball. It's 3-0. A little bit different, too. Park River was the home team, so they played 5.5. Lemoore played 5.5. Castleton played 6. As we'll see this one here on the 3-0. That'll miss. 4-pitch walk. First free leg of the day for Smith as Grady Hurst will be at first base. Now it's to Dex Obdam, who really had that opening hit yesterday, Greg, in that 6th inning with that bases clearing 3 RBI double against Lemoore.
Oh yeah, that was a nice one, and getting those 3 runs across, that's always huge when you can get the bases clear and then they're loaded up.
Batting from the left-handed side, working from the stretch here will be Smith. Looks back, the runner at first will fire home. Now it's 5 consecutive balls thrown by Dawson Smith. Taking his lead one more time will be Grady Hurst. You see Smith from the stretch. That'll also go off the glove on the crouch. Bagney unable to corral that one, so the runner will get into scoring position here on the pass ball. Will be 2-0. Now Dex Upton will have a chance with a runner in scoring position. As throughout the course of this game, we'll start seeing the venue get some shade coming on, particularly on the infield. As we see the grandstand shade up the third base line a little bit here. 2-0, that'll run inside. Now 3-0. a theme against Thompson, it feels like in a multitude of different sports, has just been they just don't hurt themselves. They take the extra 90 feet. They put the ball in play when they need to. You can beat them, but you're going to have to bring one of your best performances of the season more than likely to do so. They just don't really hand you games. 3-0 pitch, Obdam taken on the way for a strike. As much as at times, Greg, that sentiment can be repeated a lot, I think that's a lot of coaches giving a lot of compliments to the type of program that Thompson has had in baseball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're a strong program and a lot of great coaches and athletes.
As this one will be a walk, a job by Vagney, able to keep that one from going back to the backstop. So a pair of walks here for Thompson, threatening early on here in this first inning with runners at first and second. And we'll have our first quick mound visit of the game, brought to you in part by Lemoore Drugstore. Lemoore Drugstore, from prescription request to OTC medication, you can find it all at Lemoore Drugstore. With school just around the corner, let Lemoore Drug help you check off your supply list. For more info, go to LemooreDrugstore.com or stop in and check them out at the Bank North Mall. So runners at first and second right now, one down to Jacob Olson, the cleanup batter. And Olson will take a ball. It's now 1-0. After getting ahead on Michelson, Smith has fallen behind on Hurst, Obdam, and Olson in consecutive order here as Thompson trying to plate that first run of the game. Again, holding the runner close at second. The pitch going to be fisted down the right field line. This spells trouble, and that will be a fair ball. Holding up at second base was the lead runner, Hurst. Able to fist that one off, Greg, down the right field line, and right when it went up, it was like that could be a no man's land down the line, exactly where it was. And that's our first base hit of the game, brought to you in part by First Care Health Center in Park River.
That could have been extras there, but Trina did a nice job racing over to grab that one and bring it in quick.
Base is full. As this is going to be hit in the air, that'll go foul. Now it's going to be 0-1 to Krogstad. First Care Health Center, hometown healthcare, is a home run with First Care Health Center in Park River. Physical, occupational, speech therapy for all ages close to you. Schedule an appointment at 284-7500 as this one's going to get to the backstop. One run coming in, and the Thompson Tommies draw first blood as it's now a 1-0 game.
Yeah, crossing is Hurst, and good base running there. Noticed that the ball got away and took off and scored the first run.
Walk, and a single on a 0-1 count. Ball gone in the dirt. Krogstad will see this now with runners at second and third. Thompson leads by a run. Here's the pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-1. Pitch number 17 upcoming here for Dawson Smith in the top of the first inning. Just one out currently recorded. Smith fires. This one fouled off. Foul balls brought to you in part by Lemoore Hardware. In touch with Ryan, Eve, and the crew at Lemoore Hardware, your community one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Go online to LemoreHardware.com. The pitch fouled off again. Battling right now is Krogstad as it remains 2-2. For Central McLean, it's all about minimizing the damage currently. For Thompson, it's about trying to get those two runners in. Strike three looking on the chalk. Krogstad is retired for the second out, his first strikeout of the evening.
Yeah, it's definitely needed that one. Boy, that was a big one. Kind of get the momentum back on your side here. Maybe just hold them to one run.
As you'll see Smith from the stretch right now. First pitch swinging, popped up. This one up the first base line. Will there be enough room? Takes a big hop, and that would have been one that could have gone into the press box. As Kettler was giving some run with that one, maybe about another 2-3 feet before that one kind of bounced, and it took the bounce off the AstroTurf, so it took just a big one. We've been talking about we're getting peppered here, so the question is when, not if. Here's the 0-1 out of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike, but one thing that Thompson is doing, the pitch count is working its way up. You get 95 pitches in a day, and so far Dawson Smith, this will be pitch number 22 upcoming. Lazy pop-up in the infield. Zarezic able to see it to retire the side. So Thompson does score a run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. We played a half inning on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Here in this one, it's Thompson 1, Central McLean scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first.
A better place to live. Our success isn't just about amazing technology. It's about incredible people. Our roots are here in the heartland, and our commitment is unwavering because we believe that a better experience starts with the community we love.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Broadcasting here today from the Ground North Coffee and Boutique broadcast booth. Ground North Coffee and Boutique in Lemoore, North Dakota. If you're making your way through, they were here yesterday with their satellite branch. They also have a nice different options for different teas and cold coffee brew options. If you're looking for some high quality, affordable fashion, stop on in to the Ground North Coffee and Boutique in Lemoore at the Bank North Mall, broadcasting from the Ground North Coffee and Boutique broadcast booth. Chase and Greg with you here as Dawson Smith, Jackson Blotter, and Cooper Kittler will be coming up to the plate here for Central McLean as they will go up against Jackson Clementson in his first outing here in the 2025 State Babe Ruth Tournament. Talking with the guys after the games, Greg just said, particularly from the catcher spot, how warm was it down there? And they're like, oh, I can't wait for some air conditioning, By the way, if you want some of the best ice cream, come to Lemoore.
I heard about it. I heard that.
For $4, you get like a dog bowl mouthful. It was great. Had some moose tracks. I got cookies and cream. Might have to go back for more after the game. Here's the pitch. This will be hit on the ground. This will be a C&I single to right. Dawson Smith helping his own cause. Able to beat that one out. We have seen the right fielder have a chance to throw a player out, and we've already seen a center fielder throw someone out. But nice piece of hitting there by Dawson Smith. So 1 batter and a runner on. First hit for Central McLean, again brought to you in part by First Care Health Center in Park River. This will be smothered in the turf. It's going to be 1-0 with Ovdom.
Ovdom pretty solid back there. Another nice snag back there.
Yeah, him and Loyland yesterday, a nice 1-2 combination. Both pitching and catching is picking up the win. Runner came off. There's a step. He definitely leaned towards second base as Clementson stepped off, then threw. If he would have just thrown, he might have had a chance to get him as Schumacher there is holding him on. Olsen at second, Hurst at short. Loyland stands at third with Ovdom behind the plate. Here's Clementson with the pitch. As this one is a foul ball and hit Ovdom right in the upper shoulder. And that one looks like to be a stinger. Just the spot where there is not enough padding. As we'll see the Thompson Tommy head coach come out and make sure he's all right here with Ryan Strandy.
Yeah, behind the plate, boy. I was catcher, Legion and everything. Yeah, you take a beating, but when you're a catcher, you love what you do, and he's back in there, so that's probably one of those things where tomorrow.
Tonight there's an ice pack. Definitely going to be an ice pack on it.
Yep.
Here's the 1-1 offering. Crockstead in left, Michelson in straightaway center. Thompson stands in right. Also, he spells it different than the city of Thompson on your Wheel of Fortune card. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike. It's going to be 1-2. Well, the Cougars yesterday, 3 runs against Bottineau in their 3-2 win for Central McLean. With that win, like the other 3 teams, able to make sure you're staying through at least Sunday here at State. Now trying to be that one Western team to make some noise here as this one is popped up. Shortstop and Hurst comes across, makes a catch, and there's one down. Lamore, Winter, Park River, Castleton, and Thompson. It's a lot of Eastern flavor, and the Cougars are the one lone team left after Burlington and Bottineau were eliminated earlier today from the Central to, you would call it Western side of the state, with Central McLean being more in that Central variety. The pitch, runner's going to go, heading for second. Here's the throw by Ovdam underneath the glove of Olsen. If Olsen is able to take that hop and apply the take, he might have got him. But instead, that's going to be a stolen base brought to you in part by S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. Here for Central McLean. S&T Quick Stop stolen base, your local go-to for groceries, deli, favorite snacks, and more in Thompson. So a runner in scoring position here for the Cougars. This will be hit in the air. Fly ball to straightaway center field. Michelson makes the catch. That'll be out number 2. So Cooper Kittler is retired.
Kittler's a big kid. I think he gets a hold of one. He'd have a chance.
Yeah, I got that kind of uppercut swing that as the next year or two continues to grow and mature. 350 to straightaway center field. The one spot where you don't want to hit it as a batter here is kind of more left center and a little bit right center. Then you have 305 down the right field line, 310 down in left. Clemenson with the pitch. To Beckett Wagner here, that'll be out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. Pitch number 9 upcoming here of the inning for Jackson. Runner at second is Dawson Smith. Clemenson sees this one hit on the ground now to go to the third baseman, Loyland. Loyland fires a P across the diamond at Schumacher, and that'll retire the set. Leadoff single goes awry. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We played 1 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson won. The Cougars scoreless as we head to the second.
Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Check out their latest selection of Milwaukee tools from the M18 8-amp Forge battery on sale, $50 off, or buy a 2-pack 6-amp high-out battery and receive a M18 inflator or grease gun for free while supplies last. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. Lamore Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information, go to lamorehardware.com. That's lamorehardware.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Tick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Chase Miller and Greg Grenz with you here from Towson Field. Simply subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Your Live Event. You can check out our website, yourliveevent.com. Socials were on what was called Twitter, now X, on Facebook, that and more. And check out some of our graphics, other games coming up throughout the week. Can't believe it, but under a month, almost 3 weeks away from high school football. That's coming quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Looking forward to those. Should be a good season again.
As for Thompson, sent 6 batters to the plate, so it'll be the bottom third. Schumacher, Thompson, and Caden Pennis, the DH here for the Tommies. As Thompson was threatening for more, they left runners in scoring position at second and third in that first inning. As you'll see, Dawson Smith, rock and throw, delivers a strike to Schumacher here. It's 0-1. And Smith with the offering. Strike number 2. Smith, 2 walks, got a strikeout, gave up 1 hit. So 1 run again in that top of the first. This will be hit in the air. That goes to right center field. The center fielder and blotter able to get to the gap. Sounded good off the bat, hung up a little bit there in right center there, Greg, but Lauder able to chase that one down.
Yeah, I thought I might have a warning track shot maybe.
As wind still coming in as it has throughout the majority of this tournament from center field or from right center, not gusting near to the variety of what it was yesterday, particularly earlier on in the day. By the way, the fireworks show last night, for those who stayed, I know Central McLean did, that was definitely worth it, Greg. That was some good fireworks last night.
Really good last night, yep. Yeah, they just had it beyond the left field wall.
1 ball, no strikes upcoming. Little miss, now 2-0. Last time Thompson won the state title was in 2022. They also won it in 2019 recently.
19, it might have beat Castleton.
That's this one.
If I remember right.
Misses the zone. It's 3-0. One of these teams will play, to what Greg said, Castleton tomorrow in the semifinals. Here's 3-0. In there for a strike, it's 3-1. One down. Top of the second to Reed Thompson here, the right fielder. And Smith earns a 5-pitch walk. Third walk of the contest, and Tommy's will have a runner on. What's coming up will be Kenan Pennis here, the DH. I'd like to thank tournament manager Greg Peterson, assistant tournament manager Roger Potts. From the umpiring point of view, Dan Haugen, who's the umpire-in-chief. Obviously, those who work on the grounds. It's a lot to thank here in Lemoore, and the Lemoore Youth Baseball Organization as well for their hospitality throughout the couple of days that we've just been here. As this one will be sliding back in safely here for Thompson. Greg will be here with you throughout the duration. I'm taking out with Josh Boyko tomorrow as I'm getting ready for the State A Legion then in Castleton beginning on Thursday.
Yeah, you got the whole tournament over there. Castleton next week.
It'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Here's the offering. Here's a bunt. This one goes right up the first baseline. A perfectly executed bunt. As he brought it, Greg, it was almost like he was having a sword up there where he just kind of, brought the hand up, brought the barrel to the bat, kind of slashed at it, if you will.
Yeah, that was pretty, really good. Advances the runner, too, so that's good.
So Pennis gets the sacrifice bunt. Thompson moves into scoring position. Now it goes to Mac Michelson, and Thompson wants to bring him in. They don't want to have 3 runners left in scoring position here in the first 2 innings. It's taking his lead off a second is Thompson. Michelson takes a breaking ball here by Smith, and it's a strike. It's 0-1. We're seeing Smith locate that breaking ball a little bit better this half inning, Greg, than that first.
Yeah, maybe he's kind of settling in, getting the butterflies out.
Smith. This one will be a grounder that'll go to the shortstop. Hansen across the diamond in the dirt. Kettler able to make the nice stretch. 6-3 on the putout. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left as we played an inning and a half on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson 1, Central McLean scoreless coming to the plate.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Bottom of the second inning, Jaden Troina coming up to the plate. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 batters with Wagner and Hansen. Central McLean Good job by Hanson, too, having to go with some base runners on. But Thompson so far, Greg, they've got a couple runners on, but they've left 3 of them in scoring position. That could be a developing story as this game gets a little bit later on.
Yeah, it's Central McLean. The Cougars doing a nice job holding the runs.
Clemenson with the pitch. Breaking ball, that'll miss. It's now 1-0. Clemenson will need 9 pitches to get through that first inning. Here's the offering. That one up in the zone now. 2-2. 0-45. You can come back and pitch tomorrow. 45-65. You got to take a day off as there's the uppercut swing into center. Michelson camps underneath it for out number 1. And then from there, 66-95. You got to take 2 days. You only get 95 in a particular day and or game, or 95 in a game, and then 135 in the whole tournament. The only difference is, and it's a little unique in terms of Legion or high school, swing and a miss for Jackson Wagner, as in high school, you only get 3 appearances, right, as the example. So every region's a little different of what they would like to do, but most of them are kind of, you just get 3 appearances and that's it. So it kind of changes the strategy, where here, Greg, I could throw you as our here's the 1-1. I could throw you as an opener almost in every game if I really wanted to, as long as you don't go over the limit,
right,
and you're just, off and rolling.
Yep.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Clemenson gets the strikeout. That'll be his first punch out. That's the one thing we haven't seen really is an opener, if you want to call it that. Tampa Bay Rays organization in Major League Baseball kind of made that a fad, I would say, for a couple of years. Right, you bring someone in for an inning or 2, then you bring your actual starter in afterwards. There's a fly ball down the right field line. This could spell trouble. This will be a foul ball. Schumacher and Thompson all gave hustle for it, and losing his hat was Thompson, Greg, and you had a bird's eye view on the play.
Yeah, he almost had that. He was hustling down the line trying to get it, but couldn't quite come up with it.
0-2 here to Ethan Hansen, the shortstop. Hansen at the number 7 spot in the lineup here can be a very dangerous hitter for the Cougars. First pitch swinging. We'll see what he does in the second. I'll take a ball. It's 1-1. It's Clemenson. Takes a look at the scoreboard. Back on the mound. This will be a foul ball. It's now 1-2. So for Clemenson here, trying to have a nice, tidy second inning. 1-2 misses at the letters. It's 2-2. First 2-ball count against Clemenson. Hansen will try to make it our first full count. 3-2 pitch, and just off the plate. Full count brought to you in part by Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Agency. Your agents with answers, servicing the Grand Forks region, including Thompson. As this one is going to be hit on the ground. Little hopper that goes to Olson. Nicely done for 3, and it is a 3-up, 3-down inning. So 6 straight retired here for Clemenson as we make our way to inning number 3 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson leads by a run.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per roll per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
2 innings in, but this kind of looks like a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel right now between Clemenson and Dawson Smith. We'll see if that continues. Smith so far 2 innings of work of 1 hit baseball, 1 run, 3 walks, and a strikeout. He has thrown 33 pitches. While on the opposite side for Clemenson, 2 innings of work, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout in 22 pitches thrown through 2 innings. Winner of this contest has a date with Castleton tomorrow at 5. The loser of this game will be back to the wall, going up against Park River at noon in an elimination game. And then the championship is slowly but surely in sight as we get closer to Tuesday. Day 2 of 5 here from Towson Field on yourliveevent.com. As this will miss out of the zone by Dawson Smith. Grady Hurst, next of them, Jacob Olson coming up to the plate. Hurst with the only run of the game so far, back in inning number 1. Went fishing for that one. It's now going to be 1 ball and a strike. Hurst was able to get a walk. Pass ball got him into scoring position. Came in then on a wild pitch that got to the backstop. Back in inning number 1, here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Foul ball is brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. Go to LamoreHardware.com. They got you covered from everything. If you're looking for electrical, automotive, plumbing, and more, or check out their wide variety of section on LamoreHardware.com. Pitch by Smith out of the zone. As we see the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith, what a 2-2. Another foul ball here, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes as the Shadows continue to make its way a little bit closer towards home plate with that grandstand. Now they eventually cover up home plate, but right now there isn't that half of it's covered and the other half's not. This to be hit down the right field line, slicing foul, and we'll do it all over again. Down the left field line. Kind of reminds you of the Metrodome in terms of how much fair or foul territory. Down the right field line reminds you of the Coliseum in Oakland. That's where the Lobos have scored a lot of touchdowns here at Towson Field. There's another pop-up that'll go foul, and Hitler just runs out of room.
2 places, well, Metrodome tore down, and then Coliseum. I don't know what they're going to do with that, I suppose.
That's very interesting. Then Oracle, obviously, home of Golden State Warriors, are there right there.
Yep.
Oakland losing their professional franchises in California. Here's the 2-2. Makes the count full, and we'll have a full count brought to you in part by Chris Moan, Nodak Insurance Agency. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wiping the sweat off his brow is Smith. Payoff pitch. Hit in the air. That'll be a line drive shot towards the left fielder. Oh, what a catch. Wagner hustling, coming in. That's why you wear the shades. Battling the sun, he made that look easy.
That's a play that is big right there, because if he would have got on, base runners leads to runs possibly. But, yeah, Wagner brings it in. That's a nice job.
As you'll see now, Dex Obdam, who earned a walk, was stranded at 3rd in inning number 1. Long battle. Eventually won by Dawson Smith as he misses loaded Dex here. It's now 1-0. And when you make plays like that behind your pitcher, that can give him a little more confidence too as the game wears on. 1-0, that'll miss out of the zone now. 2-0. State Babe Ruth tournament here on yourliveevent.com. You can watch it for free and rewatch the games, hear back from the players from their post-game interviews, that and more. Hitters count. Obdam got the green light on 2-0, popped it up, and this will go to the second baseman, Ken, who will take the out, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, look at Ken making a play in shallow right.
Trent is going, hey, man, this is my zip code. Yeah, just followed the ball, and eventually called for it. But that's the one thing, as we've seen throughout the tournament, Greg, if you call for it, go get it, right? Don't just let it kind of hang out there, and bad things can happen sometimes. This will work out of the zone up now, 1-0. As Dawson Smith back on the rubber. 1-0 pitch. 1 hop the catcher. Now it's 2-0. So Twins back in action tonight against Washington Nationals. It's going to be interesting. You got the trade deadline coming up here this week. What's going to be happening with maybe your favorite big league team? Update on the Twins. Bottom of third, it's 1-0 in favor of Washington over Minnesota, but the Twins are currently threatening. Here's a 3-0 pitch on the way to Tommy's batter, and Olsen, he will take a strike. Jacob with a single back in inning number 1. There's 3-1. Got another Chris Mo, Nodak Insurance Agency, full counts. Thompson is making that pitch count rise, though. Dawson Smith will have pitch number 51 here in inning number 3. This will be hit in the air on a line to the right fielder. And this one, Troina able to make the catch. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning here for Central McLean. And now Dawson Smith has retired the last 4 batters. Make that 5 batters that he has seen. As we make our way to the bottom half of the frame, Thompson leads by a run.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors that you see. Without them, we would not be providing you coverage of the 2025 North Dakota State Babe Ruth tournament coverage. And also, thank you goes out to Lemoore Youth Baseball Association for the invite, welcoming us in, opening up their arms, and allowing us to provide you coverage here today as well. So if you know some folks from Lemoore, give them a tip of the cap. Or like Derek Jeter would when he stepped into the plate, a nice little tip. As this one, I'll be missing for a ball. As you'll see, Zarezic, Chase Kin, and then Smith back to the top of the lineup here for the Cougars. 8-9-1, 1-0 offering. That'll miss now. 2-0. It's Clemenson, third inning of work. Tight ball game. Thompson was tight yesterday too with Lemoore. Same thing with Central McLean and Botno. It's been the opposite of what happened yesterday, where every game was tight, nip and tuck. You're fighting for runs. Today we've had 3 10-run rule games, as this will be a 4-pitch walk. So Zarezic takes the first free pass against Clemenson. And the Cougars get to tie and run aboard here to begin things off in the third.
That's what the Cougars are looking for, getting that runner on, that lead runner on. They're going to try and get him home here and tie this ball game.
6 straight retired in between base runners here for the Cougars after Dawson Smith earned a leadoff single to begin the game. This one hops the catcher, and Obdam's like the black hole. Baseballs go to die when it goes to Dex, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another nice step, another nice block.
He just able to textbook put the ball in front of him, does it again. But right now here, the bigger question is Clemenson, 6 pitches in the inning. All of them have been out of the zone. That'll get Obdam off the plate here as we have a Lemoore drugstore, a little meeting off the mound. Lemoore Drugstore, from prescription requests and OTC medication. You can find it all at Lemoore Drugstore. With school just around the corner, get ready for their supplies, that and more. Go to LemooreDrugstore.com. That's LemooreDrugstore.com. They can also ship in your prescriptions as well at Lemoore Drugstore. So after the quick little meeting, see if Clemenson can find the zone. Runner at first, the pitch. There it is. What good catchers do, right, Coach? I got it. You don't need to come out here. Come up, maybe just talk about maybe that front leg or maybe that shoulder just moving down a little bit. 2-1, foul back. 2-2. Foul ball brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. Go to lamorehardware.com.
The Cougars dugout right below us here, and they're alive in there. They're chanting chase, 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 and yeah, they're really alive down there.
And by the way, that's not Chase Miller, that's Chase Ken. 2-2. And we'll do it all over again. Another foul ball.
You never know, though.
Hey, he's got a good first name. That's all I'm telling you. I know a lot. I don't know that many older Chases than myself, so a lot more younger.
Yep.
There's the 2-2. Hit in the air. That'll be a soft line to the second baseman. They get one a chance for two. Oh, there's a twin killing.
Yep.
Olsen, Hurst to Schumacher. The double play here for Thompson.
That was very nice. Ruth, very well executed.
Double play brought to you in part by Bank North. You can make the turn like that into a Bank North location near you, or simply go to banknorth.bank to find a branch at Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Olsen, Hurst to Schumacher. That soft little lazy fly made it tough for Zarezic, too, to really hustle and get up the first base line. Here's one to short. Hurst bats it down, then fires across 6-3, and that'll retire the Cougars here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 3 complete on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's a one-love game in favor of Thompson.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: CNAs, LPNs, Weekend Warrior RN, and a Culinary Services Supervisor. All positions receive a sign-on bonus. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Top of the fourth inning, it's Thompson 1, Central McLean scoreless. Krogstad, Boylan, and Schumacher here for the Tommies. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 batters going up against Dawson Smith. Thompson has so far 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. They've left 3 runners left on base. For Central McLean, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they've left 1 runner so far on base here in this one. Nice turn on that double play, though, Greg. And again, for Zarezic, he just really couldn't do much with that soft line. You don't want to get doubled off at first, so you're playing cautious a little bit there, but that soft line and the quick turn there up the middle.
Yeah, the Cougars were trying to get something together, and then all of a sudden, the Tommies get out of it. Just double play, and the next one is an out, so.
As we'll go to Krogstad. Coming up here against Smith, on for his 4th inning of work. That'll miss out of the zone. Now, I know he's retired 5 straights. He's only allowed 1 batter on since the single by Olsen in the first. That was a walk from Thompson. So he's retired 8 of the last 9 that he's faced. But now 2-0. One thing Tommies have done today is have a handful of pitches, it seems like, consistently per at bat. And once you fall behind against Thompson, Greg, it's almost like they're looking for one spot on a 1-0 count, and if they don't get it, they're fine going 2-0 and, working a count here. There's the 3-0 pitch from Smith. 4-pitch walk. And so far, 2 walks in the first, a walk in the second, and 1 here in the fourth. The 4th here for Dawson Smith. The game, Thompson with their first leadoff batter on to reach base against Dawson Smith in an inning. The Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. For more information, go to DHB. That's DHB.bank. Smith from the stretch, looks back the runner, stays put. Here's the throw back down to first, sliding in safely. Vagney to Kittler here. As now will be 1-0. Well, similar to Clemenson so far, Smith, 5 pitches thrown in this inning. All 5 have been out of the zone. Clemenson did that in the last half inning, but it was 6 straight. 1-0, pick play. Sliding back in safely is Jack Krogstad. This is where Thompson started to separate against Lemoore yesterday. It was scoreless in the first 3. And they started putting 3 consecutive quality innings together. Such McLean sees this one as miss out of the zone, now 2-0. Able to defeat Botno. They got up early 1-0 in the first, got up 3-0 after 3, gave up 2 runs in the fourth, and then held on for a 3-2 win over Botno yesterday for the Cougars. As Smith, 2-0 offering, up, not chasing. Now it's going to be 3-0. Dawson looking to find the strike zone here in the top of the 4th inning. Runner at first base is Krogstad. 3-0 in there for a strike. Taken on the way is Loyland. It's now 3-1. On deck batter is Schumacher. In the hole is Reed Thompson. Three balls and a strike for Smith. This one going to be a high hopper that'll go to the shortstop. They'll get one. They chance to turn 2, but a good play by Hansen there to have enough time to look to get the lead runner as he flips it to Ken at second. Krogstad is retired at second. Loyland reaches on a fielder's choice.
Oh, we almost had another double play there, so it was pretty close, but Loyland beats it out.
Schumacher 0 for 1 with a fly out to center to Blotter. His last time up. Wagner in left and Troina in right here for the Cougars. For their outfield here tonight. I'll see if Loyland tries to get into scoring position. Pick play as he slides back in. If Grady Loyland was leaning right, he might have not been able to make it back. With 1 out, we'll see if Thompson tries to generate a run here, try to generate a runner into scoring position, staying put. Big rip at it there by Eli. It's now 0-1. See what Coach Strandy wants to do here. No balls and a strike with the number 7 batter. It's Dawson Smith with the pitch. Swing and miss. 1-2.
By Schumacher, 2 big cuts there, swinging it through. He's definitely make contact. It would see where it'd go. It'd be pretty good.
No balls, 2 strikes. Smith on the 0-2. This one a high hopper. This will go to the second baseman. Kin, not in time. Off the bag was Hansen on the throw by Kin. And our runners will move up 90 feet. Loyland goes to second. Schumacher goes to first. That's one of those that Ken Thompson puts the ball in play. And that will be on a fielder's choice. Reaching will be Schumacher on that one. You can almost make that closer to an error, and that will be an error, they'll say, on the throw by the second baseman, which took the shortstop off the bag. So an E4 on the error there with Ken. Tough one for Ken, right? You can get the lead runner. Probably get more than sure out at first if you get it over to the first baseman. But regardless, trying to get that lead runner in a 1-0 game. Thompson with an extra out here to work with now in the inning. Popped up. This one goes foul. I'll see it at 1 ball and 1 strike here to Reed Thompson. All balls brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. 2 runners left on in the first for Thompson, 1 in the second. I got 2 runners on here in inning number 4. where double plays have been sneaky. We saw that in Castleton and Gwinner game. Already seen one here tonight. Looking to bunt. He went through, but it gets past the catcher, so the bunt still works regardless. And it's now going to be 1-2. After that pass ball, as you'll see, Loyland to third at Schumacher to second. It's about the best thing you could have done if you're trying to get a bunt down. And don't, Greg, the runners still move up.
Still move up.
Well, the corner infielders will come in. 1-2. Hit on the ground. This one will go to the first baseman as he will glove it, take the outs, and there's 2 down. So the run comes in from third base in Loyland. Thompson will be tagged. He'll get the run driven in, and it's 2-0 here for Thompson.
Nice job by Kittler, because I think he was going to maybe try and throw home there, but he got the sure out. That's what you need here.
As Pennis will come up to the plate. And he'll take a ball. And going back to the air by Ken, if he takes the out at first, easier said than done, but you're out of the inning with no harm done. But again, you're trying to get that lead runner out at second base. Thompson gets an extra out to work with. They take advantage. So now it's going to be 2-0 to Pennis, and back to the top of the lineup with Michelson in the on-deck circle. This has been one where kind of felt like yesterday. Runs were tough to get in consecutive order for all 8 teams. So miss out of the zone. It's 3-0, and that pitch count continues to mount now at 70.
Yeah, all close games yesterday, and now 3 games. We've had 10-run rule games here today, so this one now a close one again.
Nelson Smith falls behind us. Get the green light here for the number 9 batter. The answer is no, but it doesn't matter. Let's get him. Pennis draws a walk. 5th free pass here for Dawson Smith. Runners at the corners. And now, rounding first on his way to second, there is no time call. Pennis will go from first to second. And you see that a lot. You would call it maybe in Little League, right? Where if there's no time call, the ball is still live as you're running to first. You hustle around first, get to second base, and there's no throw. Now all of a sudden you get a runner in scoring position. Michelson to the plate. Base hit. Now could drive in potentially 2 here for Mac. 0 for 2 at the plate. Large out here for Central McLean to get. If Thompson delivers, it could be up by 3 or 4 here in the 4th. This will also work out of the zone now. 2-0. 6th batter to the plate here in the inning. And Thompson still only has 1 hit in the game, but they've scored 2 runs. It'll be a strike. It's 2-1. I'm going to walk, a fielder's choice, an air, a ground out, and a walk. They take the extra 90 feet, and they were gifted a run. 2 on offering. Swing and a miss, or swing and a foul back. It's 2-2. Foul ball. Brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. This kind of has a teeter-totter point of the game, Greg. You know, you get a base knock, it's a crooked number in the inning. If not, Central McLean trying to get the bats going against Clemenson. A 2-2 pitch. Out of the zone, makes the count full yet again. Another full count brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance Company with Chris Moan, agency in Grand Forks. Runner at second is Pennis. Runner at third, Schumacher. The pitch. 3-2, foul tipped into the glove of Vagney, and that'll retire the side on the strikeout. Dawson Smith with the 2nd K of the game. There was a run on no hits, an error, and 2 runners left on base. Thompson has left 5 runners in scoring position through 4 innings of play. Thompson 2, Central McLean scoreless. The Cougars will try to figure out the riddle that is Mr. Clemenson when we come back.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Chase Miller and Greg Renz with you here from Towson Field in lovely Lemoore, North Dakota here today. Thompson, 2 runs across. Jackson Clemenson, 3 innings of work, 33 pitches. He's faced 1 over the minimum, 1 hit, a walk, and a strikeout. As the Cougars, Blotter with Kittler and Vagney, 2, 3, and 4 batters coming up. Jackson 0 for 1 with the pop-out his last time up. I'll take the strike. It's now 0-1. It's the thing with Clemenson. He's been working ahead, not behind on a vast majority of these Cougar batters. Just off the plate, he'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the 1-1. Hit in the air. That'll go towards right center field, and the right fielder will come in with Thompson, make the catch.
Yeah, Michelson was going over, but recognized that Thompson was right there and pulled off, and then Thompson made the play.
Cougars so far with 2 base runners in the game. Dawson Smith, a single in the first, was stranded at second after a stolen base. Then Zarezic earned a walk, but then it was a double play right behind him. That was turned for out 1 and out 2 of the 3rd inning. So that's been the only base runners here for the Cougars. And Kittler falls behind 0-1. He flew out to Michelson in center his last time up. That one runs in at the hands, now 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch, wore it. Ran in a hit by pitch, and Kittler said, I ain't moving. I'm taking first. So that'll be the first hit by pitch here for a batter. As Clemenson. We'll see Schumacher now holding the runner on. Olsen at second base with Hurst at short. Moyland at third and Obdam behind the plates. That goes to Vagney, the catcher. Vagney takes a strike. He grounded out to Loyland to finish inning number 1 here for Central McLean. Krogstad in left, Michelson in center. Thompson stands in right. No balls, 1 strike to the cleanup batter here for the Cougars. 0-1 in there for a strike. It's now 0-2. Schumacher holds the runner on at first. That was nearly strike number 3. The way Vagney reacted, he thought it might have been strike number 3.
Yep, just missing.
As we'll see the 1-2. Here in a moment. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 11 upcoming here of the inning, which, mind you, that's been the average for Clemenson to get through an inning. 44 of the game. 2-2, big swing. Clemenson gets his second strikeout, and there's out number 2. Now it's to Troina with a fly out to Michelson his last time up. Start things off in the second. Second time through here for the Cougars. A ground out, fly out, hit by pitch, and a strikeout against Clemenson. This one's going to be hit right back up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman. He takes an unassisted Olsen to retire this side. No runs. There were no hits, no errors. As we make our way here through 4 today to the 5th. It's Thompson to Central McLean scoreless here on your liveevent.com.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ground North is a coffee shop and boutique located in the Bank North Mall in Lemoore, North Dakota. You can find a complete outfit at Ground North from sizes to small up to 3XL, ranging from sweaters, a variety of tops, bottoms, activewear, loungewear, and more. Ground North is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information or to check out the latest styles, go online to groundnorthboutique.com. That's groundnorthboutique.com.
On top of the fifth inning here on your liveevent.com, it's Thompson 2, Central McLean scoreless. Chase and Greg with you here today from Lemoore. Would like to thank all of our sponsors. Also our stolen base sponsor here, S&T Quick Stop. S&T Quick Stop, your local go-to for groceries, deli, favorite snacks, and more. Slide on into Thompson for fast, friendly, and always convenient service at S&T Quick Stop. Small town friendly, big time convenience. Top of the fifth, 2, 3, and 4 batters, Hurst, Ovdom, and Olson. Dawson Smith has 18 pitches to work with as it stands right now. Then he gets to 95, and that'll do it. Hurst with a walk, a run scored in the first. 0 for 1 with the line drive out his last time to Wagner and left. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0, that'll miss. It's now 2-0. And this has been the one Achilles heel, I would say, for Smith. He's fallen behind a lot of Thompson batters here, which has elevated then the pitch count. Here's a 2-0. That one just off the zone. It's now 3-0. 3 more games tomorrow, 2 on Monday, 1 or 2 on Tuesday to finalize the tournament as we have reached the midway point and passed it with this game. As this is a strike, it's 3-1. What's the old adage? It's all downhill from here.
Yep.
3 balls and a strike here for Smith as he looks into Vagney. That'll be a 5-pitch walk, and Hurst will take first base. 6th free pass of the game. And the runner is back aboard with the leadoff walk here for Thompson in inning number 5, the same as it was in inning number 4. 1 run across for Thompson, the first and the 4th. As the Tommies looking to get a little insurance run or 2 potentially here in the top of the 5th. Runner's going to break. Here's the throw by Vagney. It'll be off the line. It's an S&T quick stop, stolen base, and sliding in here is Hurst. And kind of grabbing at the knee a little bit here as he slid in. And again, as a S&T quick stop, stolen base, and Hurst right now looks to be all right as he gets into scoring position. Dax Ovdom takes a strike. It's going to be 0-1. Smith. 1 hops it that goes all the way to the backstop on the wild pitch. As that one hit the front end, that might even hit the grass here. It still took a big hop.
That was way in front of the plate.
It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1. Thompson up by 2. Infield pretty much playing normal. The third baseman even with the bag at third. Good block on the play. It's now going to be 2-1 to Dax Ovdom. We've seen some coaches put the infield in already in the 5th, knowing that every run could cost back and haunt you. All that Dax needs to do is get by the pitcher on the right-hand side, and he'll drive in a run. Instead, the run will come in from third as he's going to stand up easily. Another wild pitch. Grady Hurst will come to score as it's 3-0 here for Thompson.
Yeah, ball just hit the ground and went way up high. Good base running there to take the home plate.
This could be 1-2. You're up to 80-some pitches, 86. Hot and muggy conditions might just be wearing out a little bit here for Smith. And with a runner on, sometimes you throw it a little extra. Try to get a runner or batter out. Obdem will see this one popped up. That'll go over the Thompson dugout. And a foul ball as it hits the street, takes a high hop, bounces once, bounces twice. Okay, that's Plinko. As the foul ball is brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. Go to LamoreHardware.com. That's LamoreHardware.com. Find out the great selection of tools they have to supply that and more. Obdem fouls one off again. It is a full count, brought to you in part by Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Company. Our agents with answers servicing the greater Grand Forks communities, surrounding communities. As Obdem continues to foul off pitch after pitch here. And he'll take a walk. Dex gets his second walk of the game. That's the second walk of the inning. And now you'll have a runner at first base here for Thompson. And what could potentially be the last batter here for Dawson Smith against Jacob Olson with 89 pitches. Just a handful remaining before you get to 95. And the Cougars would have to make a pitching change here. Smith trying to barrel down, see if he can get Olson quickly. Going to end the count. And maybe get one more batter before his night is done. Here's a pick play. Diving back safely. There's Dex Obdem. Kittler holding him on. Thompson up by 3, and they've scrapped and clawed their way on one hit. They put 3 runs across, but 7 walks and an error. Stolen base here and there. Some wild pitches. Gets you 3 runs. Not maybe necessarily, Greg, the Mona Lisa of baseball here in terms of 3 runs on that scoreboard with 1 hit, but sometimes it doesn't matter at a state tournament as long as you just win. Still nobody down here in the top of the 5th. Runner's going to break for second. He was going right off the bat. Takes a big turn around second and then puts the brakes on there. Does Dex Obdem. That'll be another stolen base brought to you in part by S&T Quick Stop as he was going on the pitch. S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. Fast, friendly, just like Dex Obdem, and always convenient. So runner in scoring position now as you'll see it here. 2-0 is the count. As he'll step off and take a look at the runner. Top of the 5th inning as Smith is taking a little bit more time in between pitches. What we saw earlier in the game. They'll work out of the zone now 3-0, and he's on the verge of walking 3 consecutive batters. Three balls, no strikes with nobody out. Runner in already with Hurst. Obdem in scoring position. Smith will have to battle here. Try to come back and get the batter out. 3-0, that'll miss. No cone there by Vagney. You'll see the coach coming up here for Central McLean. But you got the runner going from second to third as the catcher never called time with Vagney. So then all of a sudden Dex Obdem says, well, if you're not going to throw the ball, I'm going to take third base. We'll have runners at first and third, and we'll have a pitching change upcoming. We'll let you know about it next here on your LiveVent.com.
The friendly staff at Lamore Drugstore reminds you from prescription requests and OTC medication. You can find it all at Lamore Drugstore. Download the app and make refilling your prescription requests more convenient. With school just around the corner, let Lamore Drugstore help you check off your supply list. And don't forget to shop the monthly sale flyer for OTC products, located in the center of Lamore in the Bank North Mall. For more information, go to LamoreDrugstore.com. That's LamoreDrugstore.com. Good luck to all teams and go Lamore Babe Ruth.
At Polar Communications, we're more than just a local business. We're part of the community we serve. We deliver essential communication services, create jobs, provide scholarships and grants, and support initiatives that make our home a better place to live. Our success isn't just about amazing technology, it's about incredible people. Our roots are here in the heartland, and our commitment is unwavering because we believe that a better experience starts with the community we love.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Check out their latest selection of Milwaukee tools from the M18 8-amp Forge battery on sale, $50 off, or buy a 2-pack 6-amp high-out battery and receive a M18 inflator or a grease gun for free while supplies last. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. Lamore Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information, go to lamorehardware.com. That's lamorehardware.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Well, we got a new 9 here for Central McLean. We'll get to that shortly. Runners at the corners, no outs. Kittler will come on and pitch, as that'll be backhanded now by Troina, who's at the plates.
They changed everybody.
Dawson Smith, 4 innings, 1 hit, 3 runs. He's on the hook for both runners on base, 8 walks and 2 strikeouts. Kittler now on the mound. This one will die into right center field. 1 run coming in. Another run's coming in to score. Omdam and Olsen come in. Krogstad delivers the goods, a 2 RBI base hit. Just like that, Thompson takes now a 5-0 lead.
Nice job by Krogstad. Get those 2 runs in, and Thompson adding to their lead here.
Now the book is done on Smith with those 5 runs, the hit against Kittler here. Vagney goes from behind the plate to first. Runner's going to break for second, sliding in safely. There's going to be Jack Krogstad, brought to you in part by S&T Quick Stop. Blotter goes from center to left. Hansen will be in center. You have Wagner in right. Zarezic now goes from third base to second. Kine goes from second to short. So a fresh new 9 across the board. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I haven't.
See, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Cougars keeping us on our toes. 1-1. So 2-1. Sometimes you might see 3, maybe 4, just because a DH comes in or goes out, or you're moving an outfielder to infielder, infielder to outfielder, pitcher, stuff of that nature. I can't remember ever seeing a fresh new 9 in terms of positions. 2-1 all the way to the backstop. It's going into third base. Here will be Krogstad. And here's where Thompson wants to jump on the Cougars, if you will. It's 3-1. You already got 2 runs across. A chance make it 3 runs across, a chance to make it 4. And try to put this game out of reach here in the 5th inning. We'll see the 3-1 upcoming here. Loyland coming off his Kittler. There's Kittler. We'll see this. That's a strike. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes here. Loyland. Count brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance Company. A game that has halted to a pace here in the 5th. This one is hit right back up the middle. It's another base knock here for the Tommies. They get back-to-back hits. More importantly, from the Thompson perspective, it's another run driven in as they've taken a 6-0 lead.
Yep, Tommy's adding to their lead here. 4 runs across and another big inning here.
And still nobody out. Bottom of the lineup here with Eli Schumacher. Schumacher reached base via the air back in the 4th inning. Pick play. And just getting back, there was Loyland by about a half a stretch there as Vagney kept him close.
That was a good attempt there by Kittler.
So we have a little conference meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Lamore Drug Store. Runner at first base in Loyland. Schumacher. No balls, no strikes. Kittler working from the stretch here for Central McLean. The pitch. That'll go all the way to the backstop. Loyland will make his way to second. It's now 1-0. So for the Tommies, well in control now coming into this inning, in which was a 2-0 game. Thompson with 4 runs across so far, still nobody out as they've sent 5 batters to the plate. They've all reached. They say walks will haunt, and had a walk, a single, and a single so far, and all the walks have scored, plus the first single. Walk and a single, does that sound like a band?
Could be.
Here's a 2-0 offering. Hit. That'll go to the second baseman, Zarezic now. They'll move the runner up. They do get an out. So quality out there for Schumacher. 4-3 on the putout. Loyland will make his way to third. And there's one down here in the 5th. Now it goes to Reed Thompson. Thompson reached base in the 2nd on a walk. Drove in a run in the 4th. Is 0 for 1 at the plate. As this will be hit in the air, that'll go to left. Camping underneath it there is Blatter. Blatter with the throw home, and that'll be a sacrifice fly here for Reed. So Thompson will drive in his 2nd run of the game. Coming in will be Loyland from third base for his 2nd run scored. And another productive out here for Thompson. Little small ball there on the way, Greg. You move the runner to third base on a ground out. You get the sacrifice fly. Now you got run number 7 on that Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
That's what the Tommies do so well, and they just get those runs in when they're in scoring position.
Again, and Pennis will be coming up to the plate. Walk with a sacrifice bunt so far here in this contest. Will be 0-1. Batter number 8 here for Thompson. 6 up in the 1st. They had 4 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 6 in the 4th. Here, 8 in the 5th. Is that a miss? In the zone, it's 1-0. Also, if Pennis gets on, it goes back to top of the lineup here for the Tommies. One coming in on the hands. Now 1-2. Pitch number 16 here for Kittler in relief. Kittler with the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that'll retire the side here for the Cougars, but not before 5 runs come across on just 2 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We have played 4.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson leads by 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Bottom of the fifth inning here for the Cougars. They got work to do in front of them right now. Down by 7 here against Jackson Clemenson so far in 4 innings of work, 45 pitches for Jackson, just 1 hit. He's faced 2 over the minimum so far. As it'll be Wagner, Hansen, and Zarezic due up here. Wagner with a strikeout back in the second. 1 ball, no strikes on the way. As we'll see this out of the zone as well. Now 2-0. Calling balls and strikes, Clayton Greenike here today. A 3-0 Pat Adair up the third baseline, and Mr. Krieger up the first baseline. 3-0, that'll miss for a ball. It's a walk. And the Cougars get a run around to begin an inning. They did so in inning number 1 and inning number 3, but both resulted in unable to bring that leadoff runner in. We're getting closer to that time of the night here where the lights might come on here at Towson Field in the next half hour or so. As this will miss low for a ball to Ethan Hansen. Hansen is 0 for 1 with a ground out back in inning number 2. And for Obdam, he'll come in and talk it over. 5 pitches, 5 balls. Meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Lamore Drugstore. Go to lamoredrugstore.com from OTC prescription requests. Get some school supplies upcoming. And that's lamoredrugstore.com. As now the runner will take his lead from first, and Wagner from the stretch in there for a strike. It's 1-1. I saw Obdam do that earlier in the game, Greg, when those 6 straight balls, and then all of a sudden, boom, here's a strike again by Clemenson. 1-1 pitch. And therefore strike number 2. It's 1-2. Tommy's right now leading by 7. That'll miss. It's now 2 upcoming. As Obdam takes a look back at first. 2-2 foul tipped off the glove. Clemenson off the glove of Obdam there after the swing by Hansen. We'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch hit on the ground, a little soft dribbler. I'll go foul, and we'll keep it at 2-2. The pitch. Foul tipped again. Foul tip brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. Up to 56 pitches now for Clemenson. And I'll miss the zone. It's 3-2, and another full count brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance Agency. Chris Moan. There's a 3-2 hit on a line. That'll go foul. We'll keep it at 3-2. Runner stayed put, and Wagner down by 7. Also, you just don't want to necessarily get thrown out at second base. Also, Obdom has a gun behind the plate. 3-2 out of the zone. It's a walk. Back-to-back walks. And the Cougars, runners at first and second here. For the first time tonight, it's back-to-back batters that have reached base in some capacity here against Clemenson.
Yeah, Clemenson just needs to settle down here and fire strikes.
Well, if you're the Cougars, again, yeah, 7 runs is a lot, but can you just get that first run across and see if something good can happen from there? And Clemenson, who's been consistent in finding the zone now, has been a little erratic here in inning number 5. 1-0. Smothered in the dirt by Obdom. It's now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on the way. Zarezik with a walk his last time up in inning number 3. As we'll see this one, and out of the zone, it's going to be 3-0. And we'll have a quick meeting on the mound one more time with the head coach. That is Ryan Strandy. If you saw a walk, and now on the verge of another walk. Saw Obdom, and now Coach Strandy just coming out here. And this one might be similar to what we saw with Dawson Smith earlier, right? It's a little later in the game, getting a little tired, maybe trying to overpitch a little bit. And
yeah,
instead of just saying, you know what, we're up by 7. Let's get these Cougar batters to swing at something in the zone and use your defense behind you. We'll see what happens. Being on the mound, brought to you in part by Lamore Drug. There's a strike. It's now going to be 3-1. Zarezik taking on the way. We'll see if he takes on this one. Try to get on base. He does. That was low on the turf. Bases are full.
Nobody out here for the Cougars.
Wagner stands at third base. Hansen stands at second. Zarezik stands at first. Now it's to Kin. Kin hit into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. And back to the top of the lineup with Dawson Smith. Best chance here for the Cougars tonight. First time they've had a runner at third base. As this misses, it's now 1-1. Central McLean's going not so fast right now. The old Lee Corso, who's got one more headgear in a month, then he's retiring. 1-1 foul. Brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. But from a Thompson point of view, Clemenson gets ahead. From a Central McLean point of view, this is your best chance to put a run and multiple runs up in a half inning. Better take the advantage here with 9 outs still to play. This will be hit up the middle. There's 4-6. A chance for a double play. They do it again. Olsen, Hurst to Schumacher for the second time tonight. And 2 down here in the 5th.
Boy, that's Clemenson is relief on that one. That was very well executed again, but he was well, the Tommies needed that double play. The run does come across, but 2 big outs.
Bank North double play. They've been depositing double plays in the winners bracket between Castleton and Gwinter, and here as well with Thompson and Central McLean. A run does come in to score. As here's the pitch upcoming. First pitch swinging, a grounder up the third base line that goes foul to Dawson Smith, 1 of 2 with a single. But when you needed it, Clemenson makes the pitch to the number 9 batter in Cannon. Just like that, all of a sudden you look up and it's just 1 run on 1 hit here for the Cougars. But bases loaded walk, they do get 1. Now it's a matter, can they get 2? As Smith takes a strike, it's 0-2. Walks haunt. They do give up a run. However, now it's 0-2 on the way here to Smith. As that'll be out of the zone. It's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Smith with the runner at third. Stay put. 2-2. Coming in to score again is Wagner. Runner at third is Hansen. Zaresic was retired on that double play with Kin. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Up out of the zone. 3-2 and another full count here in inning number 5. As Smith gets on, Blotter is on the on-deck circle. Foul back. We'll keep it again at 3-2. Game that started right on time tonight at 6:30, nearing an hour and a half old. It was humming along through about 4 once we got to the 5th. And a little bit more of a snail's pace, partially because of the walks we saw in the top half, and now here in the bottom half of the inning. 5 walks, 1 hit by pitch, runners at the corners, and we'll see if Thompson will make a pitching change, and it looks like they will. We'll let you know about it next. 75 pitches for Clemenson, so he'll have a day rest, and Thompson will make some defensive substitutions. We'll let you know about it. That'll be next.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
I give credit to our credits to Central McLean not over-committing to the situation. Sometimes you're down by 7, Greg, and you're swinging early in counts and putting the ball in play. So far in this inning, they have drawn 4 walks. Now just the question is, can they take advantage of it for more than just 1 run? As Clemenson will come out, it'll be a straight switch with Michelson in center field.
Yep. Yeah, Michelson comes in. Blotter will bat with runners at the corners. And, yeah, it's Thompson, that big double play there. Boy, that was because Central McLean, bases loaded, nobody out. So, yeah, they were threatening, but Tommy's defense comes up big with the grounder second.
Clemenson goes 4 2/3 on 75 pitches, 1 hit, 1 run. Also, that pitch count really elevated here in inning number 5 as well. 5 walks with a hit by pitch and 2 strikeouts as we get ready to go here with the right batter in Michelson, as he'll be going up against Blotter on the way. Michelson will come on as this is hit up the third base line. That'll go foul. As we also have another Thompson Tommy arm warming up down the left field line. So this could just be Michelson coming in, trying to get a quick out. As Michelson misses low and trying to minimize the game here for Central McLean potentially. As Setness is warming up down the left field line. It'll be called a strike. It's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs here. In the bottom of the 5th, runners at the corners for the Cougars. Trying to claw another run across. Runners in a break to second. This one gets to the backstop. Ovdom, because it was such a quick ricochet, was able to keep the runner at third. But the runner will get into scoring position here on the way. With Smith. As Hansen now stands again at third. 2-2. Backhanded by Ovdom. It's now 3-2. And the Cougars, they're not chasing. They've done their damage as Thompson has done via the walk and long drawn out at bats. 3-2 pitch is a walk. 7th walk of the game for Thompson as a pitching staff. Bases are loaded yet again for the 2nd time here in the inning. And now it's to Cooper Kittler, the pitcher. Batter number 7 of the inning. Walk, 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 double play, walk and walk. Sounds like duck, duck, goose. Well, here's a ball. One 1-0 here from Michelson. Foul back. It's now 1-1. Top of the 6. Thompson will have the top of the lineup upcoming. 1, 2, 3. With Michelson, now it's going to be 2-1. Base knock here could really change the game in a hurry. 2-1. This one will be a high hopper. Runner will stay put at third yet again with Hansen as it's now 3-1. This inning's been like a death by 1,000 paper cuts for both of these teams. Just haven't seen hit after hit after hit. Just drawn out bats. A lot of walks. Goes out of the zone. 3-1 offering. Hit in the air. That'll go to left center field. Dying. And the center fielder comes in and Clemenson and makes the catch. 3 runners left on base. So run on no hits and no errors as Cooper Kettler hits one to center to retire the side. We played 5 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson leads by 6.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: CNAs, LPNs, Weekend Warrior RN, and a Culinary Services Supervisor. All positions receive a sign-on bonus. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
State Babe Ruth Baseball Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller and Greg Gruns with you here, broadcasting from the Ground North and Boutique Coffee and Boutique broadcast booth. Ground North Coffee and Boutique for high-quality, affordable fashion. And to check out their complete selection of different clothing, apparel, and options, go to GroundNorthBoutique.com. That's GroundNorthBoutique.com. Also stop on into the Bank North Mall. They got different kind of drink varieties of different teas, some cold coffee brew options, that and more at Ground North Coffee and Boutique. 1-2-3 batters. Michelson takes a big swing at this one. It's 0-1. Michelson so far 0 for 3 today. Hurst and Ovdum due up here for Thompson. Thompson 5 runs in the 5th. Central McLean with 1. This will be hit on the ground. That'll go to the third baseman. He bobbles it. That'll be an error on the play by Smith. Will be the second error of the game for Central McLean. And that'll be to Grady Hurst. Also into that time where if Thompson has a similar inning as they did in the 5th, and they get 4 runs, you start talking about that 10-run rule, bottom half of the 6th, which, mind you, every game has been 10-run in 6. So if you go by law of averages today, Greg, you'd say that Thompson would feel good about it, being in the lead. Up by 6. As Kittler, as this one getting out of the way is Bagney. I just hope Central McLean doesn't make too many more defensive moves because my scorebook's a mess after they had 9 different players in 9 different spots after Kittler came on to relieve Dawson Smith. Runners in a break. Here's the throw. Not going to be in time. That's a S&T quick stop stolen base. Then going to stay put. There is Michelson. S&T quick stop stolen base here today. You can slide on into Thompson for fast and friendly, always convenient, small town friendly, big town convenient store. That's S&T quick stop. No balls and a strike to Grady Hurst. As Hurst ducks and covers, it's 1-1. Kittler, an inning of relief so far, has thrown 20 pitches. Kittler with the long lean in. Throws a strike. This is now 1-2. After 8 batters came up in the 5th, what does Thompson have for encore here in the 6th is the question. Little excuse me check swing. That goes to the first baseman, Vagney. Pop up, and there's one down. That's to Dex Obdam. Obdam looking for his first base hit of the contest. He has reached base twice with the run scored, 0 for 1 with 2 walks so far here this evening. Batting from the left-handed side. Runner at second base is Michelson. As Kittler throws it away into center field as Michelson's going to scamper to third. Here's the throw by the center fielder. One hops. Hansen threw a bullet there to Smith at third. If he's able to catch it, he might have been retired. Instead, the error, which will be the second one in the inning, will allow the runner to get to third base. This will be hit on a line, and that'll go to the center fielder. As Michelson will stay put. Dex Obdam with a loud out. Number 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Tough one if you're Michelson, right? You can't really tag up almost. You're taking your lead. You see it. By the time you even get to third base, it's already in the glove of the center fielder, Hansen. Oh, it's to Jacob Olsen. Olsen has reached base twice, a single and a walk. Takes a good rip at it. It's now 0-1. Thompson trying to get the run back that the Cougars scored in the bottom half of the frame. Central McLean trying to get out of the inning and see if they can get some more walks as they did in the bottom of the 5th. Hold the bases not once but twice. They did score 1 run, but a bigger chance to get a crooked number on the board. Here's the 1-1 offering to Olsen. Hit in the air down the right field line. Wagner in foul territory makes the catch to retire the side. There was no runs on no hits, 2 errors and a runner left on base. We played 5.5 today from Townsend Field. It's Thompson 7, Central McLean 1.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. Once we get there, our player of the game brought to you in part by A Country. We'll get to our host at Telephone Company connection of the match. We'll hear from the victorious team. That and more is still to come on our post-game show. Jason Gregg with you, part of a 2-man weave here on a Saturday night. All I know is we've been in the sauna since at about 11 o'clock this morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's toasty today.
We'll see this making its way. Vagney, Troina, Wagner. 4, 5, and 6 batters. I'm not complaining. Got to get that, summer workout in. As we'll see this here as the Cougars sent 7 batters to the plate without a hit in the 5th inning. And what was a awkward box score as you had 5 walks in the inning. You had a double play and a flyout. That allowed 1 run to come across. Michelson has gone a third of an inning so far in relief, has thrown 11 pitches. Vagney, we'll see this go to the backstop, and the Cougars, as we said the last half inning, they're not chasing pitches down by 6 on the scoreboard. They're trying to still put quality at bats together, find a way to get on base. 1-0, this would be hit down the left field line. That'll go foul. It's now 1-1. Foul ball brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware, from electrical to automotive, plumbing, and more. Go to LamoreHardware.com. 1-1 foul tipped. It's now going to be 1-2.
Yeah, with the sticky, wet weather, we got severe thunderstorms possible.
Let's hope we don't have to worry about severe thunderstorms throughout the rest of the weekend potentially here, but we'll see what happens. 1-2 offering on the way. Michelson rocks and delivers. This will be hit on the ground. Tough play, backhanded by the shortstop. Hurst throws it across the diamond. Oh, what a play. Yes, take your hat off, Mr. Hurst.
That was nice.
Able to get that one 6-3 on the putout. That might be one of the better web gems we've seen, not just of the game, but possibly of the day.
Mm-hmm.
1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. As it goes now to Jaden Troina. What we know is we're playing 7. Either the Cougars are coming back against Tommies, or Tommies trying to fend off the Cougars here. Both in the 6th and the 7th, as Central McLean is down to their final 5 outs of the contest. Troina with a 1-0 count. Take a strike. It's now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 5 batter here in the lineup. This one foul tipped. It's now 1-2. It's Michelson right now. With the right-handed pitch. Strike 3 looking. It's his first strikeout in relief, and there's 2 down here in the first 2 batters in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
That was a nice pitch by Michelson.
Starting to see him getting a little more loose, right? And able to find that zone. Got a little bit more pop of the mitt than what Clemenson does, so provides a different look to these Cougar batters. And maybe what they've seen. Also, it's the same spot again to Wagner. 0-1, Jackson Wagner. 0-for-1 with a walk and a run scored in inning number 5. Strike number 2. Safe to say Michelson might be in the zone, Greg.
Yeah. All we heard were balls last inning. Now it strikes this inning.
0-2, and look out. Dancing out of the way. There was Jackson Wagner. 3 straight retired here by Thompson after the myriad of walks in the 5th. Popped up, out of play, foul. Still 2 down. 1 in the first for Thompson. They scored 1 in the 4th and 5 in the 5th. They've got 7 runs off of 3 hits. This one will 1 off the plate. Now 2-2. No errors here for the Tommies. Well, for the Cougars, 1 run on just 1 hit. They've committed 3 errors. This one foul tipped yet again here by Jackson Wagner as he's battling here with Michelson. Here's the 1-1 on the way. That'll miss. Now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To number 6 batter. And there's strike number 3. Tidy 3 up, 3 down, bottom half of the 6th inning as we go to the final inning here in this one. The Tommies lead it by 6.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Top of the 7th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Krogstad, Loyland, and Schumacher are due up here as the Tommies will look to add on to their lead so far here in this contest as they're up by 6. Coming up, we'll get to our post-game show. As Krogstad, Loyland, and Schumacher. So Castleton will play the winner of this game tomorrow at 5. Loser of this game has a date with Park River at noon, and then sandwiched in between that, a good old District 6 matchup of Gwinner and Lemoore. First pitch swinging. This one gloved. Zarezic stays with it, and this one will get by the first baseman. A Superman slide on the way by Krogstad. Might be an error on the play in some capacity, just a matter the 4th one of the game, and it will be. This one E4 on the plate. Third air in the last 2 innings here on the Cougars, and the Tommies got another leadoff runner aboard. Thompson has got a leadoff runner in 4 consecutive innings. So runner again stands at first base. As a broadcaster, though, here in the 7th, love the first pitch swinging. As Loyland, we'll see Krogstad get back safely. Kittler goes from first base to home plate. This is his 3rd inning of work. So far, has thrown 27 pitches here in relief for the Cougars. Is this one missed? And similar sort of what we said in the previous game with Castleton and Gwinner. When you're in the winner's bracket and you don't have your best game, you can still come back and have a chance. So Central McLean might look at the box score later and say, we had some chances, but we still have a chance tomorrow against Park River. Now, Park River is a team that, quite honestly, is probably not a squad you want to see in an elimination game. They got a good chunk of pitching still, and they got different guys who can put the ball in play. But the Cougars, I think what safe to say, Greg, have held their own so far with what they've been able to do against Botno. And I know the score doesn't look great at 7-1, but it's not like Thompson has got 20 hits in this game as the example, with the 3-0 count upcoming. 4-pitch walk. That'll be the 9th walk as a pitching staff here for the Cougars. Now it's to Eli Schumacher. Schumacher, 0 for 3 today. A fly out, a ground out, and he reached on an error. Thompson threatening here in the top half of the 7th inning. They've left 6 runners aboard so far in this game, and all of them have been in scoring position. As Schumacher bats from the left-handed side, this one will be out of the zone, 1 ball and no strikes. Krieger, Darren. Also from there, Greenite. Our umpiring crew. That's Clayton calling balls and strikes. This one also in the turf. It's now 2-0. As you go from this point, we'll flip the calendar to August to get to fall. A flurry of back to school, to fall athletics. Pitch is going to be hit on the ground. It's going to be a 2-hopper to the first baseman. They get to a chance for 1, a chance for 2. Nice throw by Vegny, Gray. I really like the aggressive play. He stepped on it, went to King covering there, and if Loyland didn't get a good secondary lead, he might have been thrown out at second base.
Yeah, it was a good attempt by Vogny, and Kin almost got the tag in. So yeah, it was a good attempt, but at least to get the 1 out.
Almost acts as a sacrifice bunt there for Schumacher to move the runners up. Reed Thompson with a sacrifice fly his last time up would like to do the same thing and drive his 3rd run of the game in. Reed's kind of a sneaky player for a play of the game right now. He has yet to get a hit, but he's driven in 2. A walk in the 2nd, a ground out in the 4th, which plated Loyland, and a sacrifice fly his last time up. If he gets a 3rd one, could do the player of the game. This one going to be hit up the 3rd base line. I'll go to Smith. They'll come across, and there's another run driven in right on cue for Smith. 5-3 on the putout. We do get the second outs of the inning, move the batters up 8-3. And again, I think Reed Thompson is playing Thompson baseball. No hits, but he's driven in 3 here, Greg, and that's what the Tommies just do to you. Oh, it's Tepenis here. Sack bunt, a walk, and a strikeout. As he takes a strike, it's going to be 0-1. So Croxted come in to score. Loyland stands at third base now. Here's the 0-1 offering. Oh, soft line drive that goes to Zarezic at second base. 4-3 on the putout. There was a run on no hits, an error, and a runner left on base. So Thompson has left all 7 runners in scoring position here tonight. But they do have a 7-run lead as we head to the bottom half of the frame. The Cougars are down to their final 3 outs.
Ground North is a coffee shop and boutique located in the Bank North Mall in Lemoore, North Dakota. You can find a complete outfit at Ground North from sizes to small up to 3XL, ranging from sweaters, a variety of tops, bottoms, activewear, loungewear, and more. Ground North is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information or to check out the latest styles, go online to groundnorthboutique.com. That's groundnorthboutique.com. The friendly staff at Lemoore Drugstore reminds you from prescription requests and OTC medication. You can find it all at Lemoore Drugstore. Download the app and make refilling your prescription requests more convenient. With school just around the corner, let Lemoore Drugstore help you check out your supply list. And don't forget to shop the monthly sale flyer for OTC products, located in the center of Lemoore in the Bank North Mall. For more information, go to LemooreDrugstore.com. That's LemooreDrugstore.com. Good luck to all teams and go Lemoore Babe Ruth.
Cougars down to their final 3 outs in this one. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, those watching at home, and all our coverage of baseball still not done here this summer. We still got about a week and a half left of it with the State A that's going to make its way to Castleton upcoming on Thursday. The State B that'll be in Park River upcoming on Friday of next week. So if you want more baseball coverage, simply go to our website, yourliveevent.com, and you sit back in the comfort of your own air conditioner and watch. As this one will be 1 pitch. Hansen is retired, 4-3 on the putout. And there's one down here in the bottom of the 7th in a game that started back at 6:30 as we're nearing the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, this one was cruising along, and all of a sudden,
4th and 5th inning.
A little bit, yeah.
When you got 9 walks in an inning, that'll slow things down. To your point, Craig. Here's the pitch. That'll run in. Little chin music there to Zarezic. It's 1-0. Landon, speaking of walks, has got 2 of them today. Takes a strike now, 1-1. The 1-1 offering. In there for a strike. That'll be number 2 here to Landon. As Michelson will see pitch number 32 upcoming here in his relief preference. Strike 3 looking. That'll be his 3rd strikeout. And we'll see the Tommies here trying to close this one out. 4. Make that 6 straight retired here for Michelson. As he delivers a strike here to Ken. Ken today has hit into 2 double plays. As this will run in. Close to the numbers. 1 ball and 1 strike. As Michelson sees the 1-1. And a 1-hop Obdam here as it's now 2-1. 2-1 offering. Hit in the air. This one into short left center field and sliding and making a catch. It's Krogstad to retire the side. And a little down and dirty on a Saturday night. 1 hour and 57 minutes here in this one. Thompson will pick up the win 8-1 over the Cougars as they will advance and play Castleton tomorrow at 5 o'clock. While on the opposite side in an elimination game, the Cougars will have a date with Park River at noon. We'll go through the complete bracket, that and more. Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. Thompson 8, Central McLean 1 in our winners bracket portion of the State Babe Ruth Baseball Tournament.
At Polar Communications, we're more than just a local business. We're part of the community we serve. We deliver essential communication services, create jobs, provide scholarships and grants, and support initiatives that make our home a better place to live. Our success isn't just about amazing technology, it's about incredible people. Our roots are here in the heartland, and our commitment is unwavering because we believe that a better experience starts with the community we love.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
As we come back here in our post-game show, let's first things first get to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Go to halsteadtel.com. That again is halsteadtel.com. And it's going to be a couple of double plays for our post-game connection, as it was 4-6-3 in the third and 4-6-3 in the fifth, as Olsen to Hurst to Schumacher retired Chase Kinn after a leadoff walk by Zarezic in the third inning. They get two, and then bases were full of Cougars in the fifth with no outs. They get two. Arundos come across with Wagner, but a couple of double plays is our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Go to halsteadtel.com. Our Egg Country feature precision egg player of the game, a sneaky one, but Reed Thompson in the number 8 spot drove in 3 runs today here for the Tommies out of their 8, and he did it all with the walk, a ground out, and a sacrifice fly here for the right fielder. We're going to give it to Reed Thompson, just delivering the goods when the Tommies kind of needed it most at particular times. Brought to you in part by Egg Country Farm Credit Services. Focused on egg, focused on you. Find an agent near you at eggcountry.com. That again is eggcountry.com. And our couple of Agassi Precision Egg play of the contest. See one by Hurst in the hole, and then also by Krogstad there at the end, sliding to make that catch into short left center field. Able to get a couple of wedge gems by your shortstop and Hurst and Krogstad by your left fielder. That is our plays of the game, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer. Agassi Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Go online to planterdoc.com. That's planter, D-O-C. That's planterdoc.com here in this one. So take a look at the final numbers. Thompson with Michelson goes 0 for 4, reaches base on an error with a stolen base. Hurst goes 0 for 2 with 2 walks, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored. Ovdom here in this one also goes 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored. Olsen able to go 1 of 3 with a single and a run scored with a walk. Jack Krogstad here today reaches base 3 times, has 2 runs scored and 2 runs driven in. He would go 1 of 3. Grady Loyland at the plate, also 1 of 3 with a walk, 2 runs scored and a single. Schumacher here in this one goes 0 for 4. Reed Thompson, as we alluded to, with 3 runs driven in, goes 0 for 3. Pennis at the plate, or make it 0 for 2. Pennis at the plate with a sacrifice bunt in the second, a walk in the fourth. He would eventually go 0 for 2. For the Cougars, and Dawson Smith, he goes 1 of 2 at the plate with a single and a stolen base and a walk. Blotter goes 0 for 2 with a walk. Cooper Kittler goes 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Bagney in this one goes 0 for 3. Trying to the same. Wagner goes 0 for 2 with a run scored. Hansen goes 0 for 2 with a walk. Zarezic goes 0 for 1 with 2 walks, and Chase Kinn goes 0 for 3 here today. Winning pitcher of record will be Jack Clemenson. 75 pitches thrown, 4 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 6 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Losing pitcher of record, Dawson Smith. 4 innings of 1 hit baseball, but he gives up 5 runs, 8 walks, and 2 strikeouts here in this contest. The Thompson Tommies 8, Central McLean. The Cougars 1. When we come back, we'll put a bow on this one as we'll hear from our player of the game. That is coming up around the corner here as Thompson takes the win 8-1 over Central McLean.
Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Check out their latest selection of Milwaukee tools from the M18 8-amp Forge battery on sale, $50 off, or buy a 2-pack 6-amp high-out battery and receive a M18 inflator or grease gun for free while supplies last. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. Lamore Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information, go to lamorehardware.com. That's lamorehardware.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
As we now get time to talk with a couple of members of the winning team. First up here from the Thompson Tommies is Reed Thompson, able to get those 3 runs driven in here in this game as well. Reed, a very workmanlike game, I would say. Only 3 hits, but you get 8 runs, thanks in part to having 9 walks. Just what did you see from your team up and down the lineup, being patient and finding ways to do the little things to score some runs here today, Reed?
I thought we did very well, and it's special when your teammates make plays in the field and hit the ball, so it takes pressure off of you when you're up to bat.
Let's talk about some of those teammates. What did you like from Jackson here today on the mound? He was working and dealing early. Obviously, the 5th got into some trouble, but what did you like from Jackson's performance to go deep into this game?
Jackson's a great pitcher, and he threw strikes right away, and that's what we needed him to do. And I just liked how he goes through the game and doesn't quit.
Take us through your mindset as a hitter. You came up a lot with runners on base and runners in scoring position today, Reed. Just take us through what's kind of your mindset as a hitter, as a sacrifice fly, or you see the infield, playing back where you can hit a ground ball and, put a run across. What's kind of going through your mind when you're coming up in those situations?
Just pretty much that my teammates got their runs in and hit the ball before me, and that I should get them home and kind of swing at strikes, I suppose.
Hey, Reed, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the win, and best of luck against Castleton upcoming tomorrow in the semifinals.
All right, thank you.
Again, Reed Thompson joined us here on our post-game show. That interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.com. That, again, is dhb.com. And we'll hear from Grady Hurst in a moment, as well as he will get the headsets on and have an opportunity to pop on that audio pack. So here's what the schedule is tomorrow. The Cougars will go up against Park River at noon. Winner goes up against Lemoore. That'll be at 2:30. And then the semifinal round matchup, it'll be an Eastern showdown between Thompson and Castleton. As joined us now, the shortstop Grady Hurst here, making a couple nice plays out in the infield here today. Grady, first things first, can you hear us all right down there?
Yes, I can.
Hey, Grady, just take us through this particular performance from you guys. A gutty, gritty win. You only get a handful of hits, but you're finding a way to put 8 runs up on the board and come up with the victory. What'd you like best from your team's performance here today?
Well, I think our team's performance was very well, considering in the field we didn't make any errors, and we like to see that 0 on the scoreboard. And we turned a couple of double plays, and pitching was very good from our 2 pitchers, Jackson and Mac. But the bats just got to start a little earlier next game, because we're not going to have to put up 3 hits against Castleton. They're a pretty good ball team.
Yeah, let's go over the double plays. You turn not 1 but 2 of them. You turn 1 in the 3rd. You turn a big one in the 5th with bases loaded there. Just take us through your mindset as the shortstop when you're getting that toss from your second baseman, Olson, trying to make that throw across the diamond. And how big are those momentum kind of plays turning to?
Those momentum plays are big for everything. The bases loaded one was really big, but for me as a shortstop, I think it's just routine. You got to make those plays if you want to win a game.
Without question. As you move forward here to tomorrow, what's the biggest thing? You maybe alluded to it earlier here, Grady, putting some more hits up on the board, but what's the biggest thing, whether it's against Castleton or whoever you play in the next couple days going forward here at State?
I think it's just simply go back to hitting the ball. We got to hit the ball right away and not leave zeros on the scoreboard in the first innings.
Final thing for me, Reed Thompson drives in 3 here today without a hit. He gets a sacrifice fly, a couple of groundouts, but he put the ball in play, got a walk. What does Reed provide at the bottom of that lineup?
Reed is a really good bottom end hitter. He gets a lot of runners that are usually tagging up, or like he hits a lot of runners in for us.
Hey, Grady, congratulations on the win. Best of luck tomorrow night in the semifinals against Castleton.
Thank you.
Grady Hirsch joined us here on our postgame show. Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future. Thompson wins it 8-1 over Central McLean. That does it for our broadcast. I'm Chase Miller on behalf of Greg Renz. Thanks for all of you tuning in here today. Again, here's the lowdown from earlier. Park River over Burlington, 10-0 in 6. You have Lemoore winning in 6 over Bottineau, 13-2. Castleton defeats Winner 10-0 in 6 innings, and Thompson 8-1 tomorrow over Central McLean. Our coverage begins at noon tomorrow with the Cougars and Park River. Winner and Lemoore to follow at 2:30. Then at 5 o'clock, it's Castleton and Central McLean, as we will go from 6 to 4 teams remaining here in the State Babe Ruth Tournament. Until tomorrow afternoon, on behalf of Greg Renz, I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for joining into our broadcast, and join us for more high school baseball upcoming throughout the week here on your LiveEvent.com.